Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button, tell a friend, tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story, another crazy story. Who's joining my live? Who's joining my live? It's a little dark. It's a little dark. What's going on with Young Thug? Does he have to go back to jail? Maybe. Maybe. Let me turn on light. This what's going on with Young Thug right here. He forgot he was on probation. Imagine that. They say he got so comfortable. It's only been a couple of, imagine that. How long it's been? A couple of weeks. He forgot what it felt like to be behind the bars, but they say they got him. They say he's breaking the rules. He's breaking the terms of his probation. Unbelievable.
Fannie Willis has officially filed a motion to send Young Thug back to jail. And it all stems from a couple of tweets that Young Thug posted yesterday. Tweets are not illegal. This is America. We have freedom of speech. But because Young Thug signed quite possibly the worst plea deal I've...
So that's what's going on with Young Thug right there. Young Thug, don't forget, they said that he signed the worst, plea deal known to mankind. You know what I mean? I'm just talking. I'm exaggerating. But either way, they say Young Thug, he might gonna have to go back in. He's still living that thug life.
Ever seen a high-profile celebrity signed? They have the leisure to essentially send Young Thug to jail whenever they so please. And this right here is a perfect example of it. When we found out what Young Thug's plea...
Don't forget, Young Thug, he signed an agreement. He promised to be a good boy. He promised to follow the rules. But you know what? Sometimes, I don't think he was in there long enough. And that's a problem.
Was everybody and their mama on social media told Young Thug, bro, you better all fight in this case, bro. This is just a trap to send you back to jail.
Participation in criminal street gang activity. How do you plead?
I plead guilty.
As to count 58,
Young Thug is pleading guilty to being a criminal. Don't forget, criminals are really supposed to be in jail. Believe it or not.
Of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 59, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 60, violation.
Guilty of everything. I mean, the Young Thug say, you know what? I'm ready to go back to jail. You know what? I want to do 20 years behind the bars. I want to get out my mansion. Is that what he's thinking? Maybe.
The Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 61, possession of a firearm.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button. Support the channel.
Felony. How do you plead?
Guilty.
And as to count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. How do you plead?
No law.
As to count 56, participation in criminal street gang activity.
No law. What's that supposed to mean? No law.
Leadership charge. How do you plead?
No law.
I think you didn't ask about count 62.
All these counts. Young Thug has all these counts against him. Just because he got free, he thought in his mind he could live like a normal individual. It's crazy like that, though.
Thank you, Your Honor. As to count 62, possession of a machine gun. How do you plead?
Guilty. The plea deal was horrible, Brett. They gave Young Thug 15 years of probation. And if he violates within
15 years of probation? Oh, that's right. 15 years. That's right. That's right. If he violates, he go back to 20. That's right.
One time, they can send him to jail for 20 years because the 20 years is a backloaded suspended sentence. And their terms for violation is even more ridiculous. Young Thug is banned from Atlanta for 10 years. Young Thug can't say gang terminology. He can't use it in his music. So if he says cuh, slat, slime, slow, 20 years.
Where Young Thug went wrong, he didn't learn how to stay off the internet. He still want to be a gang member. Is that what it is? No, he still want to be a tough guy. Knowing that he's not. Unbelievable.
He can't hang out with any felons.
I'm just talking.
20 years in jail. Right? He can't contact anybody who was on that particular case with him besides Gunna. 20 years in jail. So it's just so restrictive that it's almost impossible for Young Thug to avoid not going back to jail for 20 years. You know the plea deal is bad when
Is it really hard to stay a good boy for 15 years? It is. Unless you made up your mind and say, you know what? I'm going to start living like a real adult. Then once you start living like that, then it's not that hard. But Young Thug, he still want to live like a child. A criminal child at that.
the lawyer is coming out after pleading and he's telling you, bro, we could have gotten a not guilty plea, bro. I'm not happy with this guilty plea, man, but Thug wanted to take it because Thug wanted to come home today. As far
Don't forget to hit like, subscribe button. Thug want to come home today. Is Thug ready to go back? Maybe. Either way, they said they're trying to get him back behind the bars. They say he belongs there.
How Jeffrey's feeling now, he knows my feelings, which I'm not going to reveal for attorney-client privilege.
Jeffrey.
But this is not the same as a not guilty verdict. That should have been ran. But nobody here wakes up every day.
Believe it or not, most of these criminals, once they go to jail and come out being free for 6 months, it's very difficult. It's very hard sometimes for a lot of them. 6 months is like, it's just, I don't know what it is about that 6 month mark. It's been less than 6 months. And Young Thug's like, he's probably ready to go back in.
Concrete floor that they're calling his bed. Gets up at 4:15, gets shackled at his feet, his waist, and his hands, comes to the Fulton County Courthouse to be on concrete, eating out of a bag. Doritos is his.
Believe it or not, I thought that's what criminals supposed to live. Supposed to live in shackles and chains. Imagine that. Back in slavery. It's a terrible thing. I mean, imagine that. Imagine being a criminal and wanting to live good. It's an unbelievable thing.
Of choice, and then coming to a courtroom and sit there with a leg chain on him every single day and hear lie after lie. So for Jeffrey go home today and not have another 90 days or 120 days of it, he is very happy. Thank
Jeffrey wanted to come home when he was free. He just wanted to come home and tweet. That was it. Imagine that.
you to the Honorable Court. So to answer your question, this was not what I wanted. I don't believe that.
Poor Jeffrey.
Just, but I believe that under these circumstances, it is justice for Jeffrey Williams, and he is delighted.
Poor Jeffrey.
Thank you.
essentially Young Thug sold his soul to the devil that is Fannie Willis, and he done signed up to be in Fannie Willis' grip.
Imagine that. Young Thug, he should say, you know what? I'm never ever going back to Atlanta again. Everybody did try and get me. He should know that by now. Is he saying, you know what? I could take on the whole city by myself? Unbelievable.
Right, for at least 15 years. So now what we have is, because Fannie Willis feels like she can abuse her power and do anything, because she essentially got Thug under this 15-year probation that threatens him with 20 years of backloaded suspended sentence.
They got him like this, like a puppet. He has to be a good boy, but he doesn't want to be a good puppet for whatever reason. They're going to have to bring him back behind the bars, they say. It's a terrible thing.
So yesterday, Young Thug made a tweet that Fannie Willis didn't like. Young Thug posted, "Biggest liar in the DA office." And this is a picture of Marissa Verrado. I'll call her Verrado the Vixen. All right, this is the quote-unquote undercover detective.
Imagine that. They say Young Thug has called somebody a liar. He's been accused of unaliving people. Imagine that. Imagine somebody being accused of unaliving somebody, calling somebody a liar. Who's worse? I don't know. Unbelievable.
Who has essentially managed to weasel her way into the good graces of gangbangers all across the city, because she looks like a BBL Instagram model, and she's managed to weasel information out of them, and then she testifies against them as a gang expert. It's a dirty game she's playing, which is why she never shows her face in court. Barreto is the same lady who was testifying in the YSL case.
Don't forget, you can't be a real gangster and don't tell everybody about it. Is it called pillow talking? I don't know.
Caught up in multiple lies got discredited. The judge yelled at her. She's a mess. But Young Thug posted this because she's now doing the same thing to Lil Baby. All right, so she was testifying in the good.
They said Lil Baby might be the new Young Thug. Imagine that. 2 millionaires in prison at the same time. Imagine that, from Atlanta. I wonder if they're going to be in the same jail cell. That'd be pretty good. I wonder what they will talk about. Unbelievable.
The Lil Baby Ops RICO case. And while she was testifying in front of the grand jury,
Don't forget,
she
hit like, subscribe
testified
button.
that the Goodfellas was on wire
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button.
saying that Lil Baby put a bag on their head. But here's the thing. They never said Lil Baby. Right? She came to that conclusion on her own.
What's up? Oh, man, they fuck. Like, come on, bro. You know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can? You know what I'm saying? They ain't like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks. I'm telling you.
He said them folks got a lot of tickets on that, a bunch of
People say whatever they want to say on the internet. Imagine that. Don't forget, I'm just talking. But either way, they say Young Thug, he's going to have to probably worry about going back to jail. Imagine that. Unbelievable.
folks' head. Did y'all hear him say that? All right, she gonna watch, and Ben Marino is gonna explain it to them. Hold on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play it on its own, so y'all be like, Sophie, why don't you shut up? Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Okay.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Don't forget, these criminals never learn how to stop talking on a cell phone. Don't forget, these criminals don't know how to learn from anything at all. All they know how to do is go to jail. That's it. I don't know a lot. Only thing I do know is crime don't pay. Unbelievable. I'll be back live in 30 minutes.